Go inside and get me my shotgun! Hurry now!
How's everybody doing? This is DIZ from Gamersheep.com, and I got a review today for Rango, the video game. So it's time to saddle up, and we're going to find out if this game really breaks the mold for movie tie-ins that basically suck. I'll start off by saying that by the end of the game, I was left with a few questions. Do movie tie-ins really, have they really gone down the drain? Can this cute little chameleon really be that good of a character? Or better yet, is any more of my childhood dreams of being a sheriff of a western town come true? Well, we'll find out, so stay tuned to the review. Rango the video game is one of those rare occasions that break the mold, but only in certain ways. There's a bunch of different ways to play the game. Now, there's different variances of gameplay. They're definitely not new, but at the same time, what really is new is that this is one of the games that really do break the mold of movie tie-ins. Specifically, the fact that I had fun while playing this game. It's not a blockbuster title. It's not one of those million-dollar video games, obviously, because it's a movie tie-in that is going to try anything or do anything new. But what it does really good. I mean, I fell in love with Rango because the gameplay is so solid. Although, like I said, not new. It's really solid. Does a great job of keeping my attention while playing the game. And Rango borrows heavily from a lot of other games. There's a lot of platforming that you'll find in other games. A lot of shooting that you'll find in other games. And puzzles similar to other games. But just think about what I said. A bunch of different type of gameplay in one game. And it pulls it off really well. Not once that I ever really get bored while playing the game, because the set pieces that are in the game really just keep the pace going. It keeps you interested. It keeps you keeps your attention up with what you're doing.
Sorry, Sheriff.
Rango is pretty much throughout the whole game. We get into the weapons and stuff. Rango pretty much sports the same silly little wind-up popcorn shooter. One of the cool features of the gun, though, there's a built-in bullet time that you'll come across certain times during the game where you have to hit certain targets. The importance of those, parts is that it kind of like finalizes whatever scenario you're in. You hit these targets, you're going to get a bullseye. There's certain scenes where you actually try to hit humans with it or knock over like certain pieces of the puzzle to finalize your completion of it. Now, Rango also has a ton of other stuff like there's a jack-in-a-box type of box, so you get these cool power-ups where you get to shoot tons of weapons faster, tons of just like rockets. You get to shoot like little rockets or dynamite guns, that kind of thing. It's a little quirky, but it's actually pretty cool while you're playing it. Majority of the gunplay, however, is going to come basically from Rango's main weapon, like I said, the little wind-up shooter that he has. It has pretty much unlimited ammo, and there's an auto-aim feature. There is a manual also with on the 360, I should say, is the LB button. So, but pretty much unlimited amount of ammo. Anybody's basically going to be able to get through the game while just shooting your way through. The coolest part about Rango's arsenal of attacks, though, he has so many of them. You go through the entire game by just shooting your way through, using the melee attack. There's also RPG elements throughout the whole game, also where you collect sheriff stars, and that stuff could be, or those stars could be used to basically cash in with these designated characters across the game, where you can get power-ups, like get more health. You can get you can increase your damage from the shooting, or your damage towards the enemies, I should say. And it kind of just keeps the gameplay going because you're just constantly wanting to power up, constantly wanting to get more stars. There's also these mining spots throughout the whole game that you're gonna mine. You're gonna dig through the ground, and you're gonna just bring up a bunch of stars. There's also a set number of goldfish tanks that you're gonna have to come across and break. Basically, that's gonna help you complete the level more towards a percentage, that kind of thing. But for me, just being a sucker of Pixar games or Pixar movies or from Paramount, not even a specific company, but just movies that are cartoon movies that look so great. I mean, the visuals for me in the game were just the best part. The movie quality type visuals, the cutscene were just so gorgeous. Never did I see too many hiccups or frame drops or anything like that. The voice acting was pretty spot on for each character, and just the amount of enemies in the game also is just so. It was really cool. Just different types of characters. There are certain times where the characters just get really repetitive and you start fighting the same person over and over, but you kind of get past that thing. Especially if you haven't seen the movie yet, there's a character called Bad Bill, which is basically the evil villain of the game. It just seems to always get away. But at the end, maybe, who knows? Don't want to spoil it, but maybe you might catch him. So the best part for me about pretty much playing the game is just like I said, the visuals, the voice acting, all that stuff. It's pretty cool. The enemies in the game range from basically, there's certain characters like owls or even rabbits, that kind of thing. But then you get to fight aliens and the best yet, zombies. There's even a part where you break out a golf club and a little creature is your ball, and you knock the little creature, which is basically when it hits it's exploding ball. So you kill a bunch of zombies while doing that. So I mean, go figure you'd be able to do that. My only gripe with the game, of course, like I said, it's sometimes can't get a little bit repetitive, and with the game that just gets repetitive, what a better way than include co-op, but they don't. So that's kind of a letdown. I wish there was more than that. I wish there was more room to grow with the inclusion of like co-op or something. So the game roughly runs about 5 hours, which is kind of actually a little disappointing. That would have been nice. But pretty much by the end of the game, I was satisfied with the game had done. Finally, a game that I can say that movie tie-ins aren't doomed to suck. The lovable characters are not introduced all that well. You pretty much have to watch the story, which is kind of upsetting. The fact that I had so much fun while playing this game, and if it was a little longer, I think maybe if it was just a little bit longer, but the fact that, it was so short, and knowing that if they would have just introduced the characters a little bit more, would have been really cool, but they didn't, so that's kind of a letdown. But overall, I had really fun with this game. It's really cool, really gorgeous, and I just had fun throughout the whole game, and I definitely want to see a sequel, not even into the movie, but the game itself. So I pretty much recommend this game for anybody who just wants to play a fun game and basically wants to get a continuation from the movie. So this is DIZ from Gamersheep.com. Please subscribe to my YouTube. Follow me on Twitter. That's DIZLAOBOI916. If you want to hit me up with the email, that's DIZLAOBOI916 @gmail. So let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Peace.